right, everybody, welcome. It is college football, and it is here live on Saber Broadcast Network. I'm Cooper Naylor. So glad that you could join us. And Oregon, Washington, what a game that we have here. Um, two Heisman, two Heisman finalists about to play against each other. You can't get any better than this weekend, as this begins your weekend of college football. Like I said last night, there's a debate between Labor Day weekend, Thanksgiving weekend, and then, of course, there's always the championship week that is always incredible, and it always brings good matchups. Like, look at this one here. It is the final Pac-12 championship game as we know it. And, well, look at this. Oregon, Washington. The winner of this, let's be honest, should go to the playoff, no matter what happens. So, very interesting to see a good game like this. Gonna be very interesting. Like we said, I think the big thing for me is gonna be run game for Oregon, and then defense. Who gets the more stops? Who makes more? Who just makes more mistakes in this game? That's the big thing for Oregon and Washington that I am going to be watching for tonight. So we have a very interesting game coming up between Oregon and Washington, as I wanted to come on a little early. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about the playoff field right now, because as you can see, Oregon is 5, Washington is 3. Georgia's number 1, going up against number 8 Alabama, who is looking to, of course, get themselves into the college football playoff with a win. Number 2 is Michigan. Number 4, Florida State. Now, Michigan takes on, I believe, number 16 Iowa, and then Florida State, with them being number 4, they're taking on number 14 Louisville. Very fun weekend. You can't ask for any better, to be honest with you. You just really cannot. So, very interesting week. I am going to turn my other microphone on for a minute, and I'm going to go grab my phone from, I have it over to the side, so I was going to go pick it up real quick. So, I'm going to grab my other microphone and keep on giving you some commentary.
All right, we are back with this microphone. Yep. So, let me look and see where... I have found where I put my phone. But, I will say this. This is by far probably... this game, to be honest with you, there's a lot of weight, I would say, that is held on this game. But, I'll be honest with you. The game that really matters the most when it comes to the seeding and all with the playoff, it really is, just give me a second. I'm going to get my headset on. But,
really, the one that matters the most is going to be Alabama, Georgia, I think. That's the one that, if Alabama were to lose, let me rephrase that. If Georgia were to lose, what happens? Because then if you have Texas win and you got Alabama beating Georgia, well then you got a very interesting situation here. Because if we're all being honest, what do you do if you're the playoff committee? You got Alabama SEC champion, you got Texas the Big 12 champion, you've got Georgia who just lost the SEC championship, who you've got at number 1 right now. So, interesting dynamic. For all of this to really play itself out, preferably for this scenario, you want Florida State to lose. Or there is that situation where even if Florida State's undefeated, they could be dropped. Like, that is a ridiculous thought to think about, but it could happen. So, going to be very interesting to see. Of course, I know we're here to talk about the game between Oregon and Washington, but part of it is talking about what is the scenarios with the college football playoff. I will say this: if Washington wins, they're locked in. Oregon wins, they're locked in. I'm pretty sure the Pac-12 champion's getting in. The question comes in play here. I mean, could Washington get in? Like, that's a good question. If Washington still could remain in the playoff, if they think, oh, they're better than Florida State, and let's say Georgia and Michigan both win, and Oregon's won the Pac-12, do you possibly leave Washington in the playoff? So there's a lot of stuff that is very interesting to see how it could play out. As the game will come on in just a few minutes, we are just waiting on the national broadcast over at ABC to get ready to go. So, of course, a lot to talk about. We're going to have a lot of fun tonight. So, actually, what I'm going to do also is get a trivia question ready for you. So, of course, ooh, you know what? Got a good one. So, I'm getting a question ready for later during the game. I will start that around the second quarter. So, this is actually interesting. Okay. So let's see here. Aha. Alright, I got your first matchup. And so, alright. So the question, I will get that. Be very interesting. Alright. So I have got your trivia question ready for later. Didn't take me long at all to find that. But it cannot be understated that you got Bo Nix and Michael Penix, two transfer quarterbacks who have just turned this into what is going to be a really fun game. But another thing to remember is these two coaches, Dan Lanning, this is his first head coaching job within college football. And, very interesting game because, Dan Lanning, this is his first conference championship. I mean, this is his second year as the head coach at Oregon. And then you got Kalen DeBoer, his first conference championship with Washington. I believe this is maybe year 2 or 3 for him. You can comment below if you do know the exact years Kalen DeBoer has been at Washington. But I got to say, this is, besides Alabama-Auburn, in my opinion, this is the best game of the week. To answer your question, will Oregon make it to the playoffs if they win? Yes, Oregon will be in because at this point, you got 3 against 5. I mean, in this Pac-12 championship game, Pac-12 champion is going to get in. The Pac-12 has been too good to have a team left out this season. And really, I think it's fitting that you have 2 teams for the Pac-12 that could, essentially make noise and actually make it to the playoff. In the Pac-12's final season as we know it. So, going to be a fun game between Oregon and Washington as the national broadcast is getting us set for the game. Of course, another some guys to really watch out for. Let's talk about Washington's offense. Rome Odunze, the receiver, Look for Michael Penix to be looking for him all game long. And then also, when you look at Oregon, look at them to hand the ball off to Bucky Irving, their running back. He is going to be big. Also, your question about Alabama. If they beat Georgia, I think they're in. Okay, so Chris Taylor says Oregon would need Georgia to win. Okay. So a lot of great conversation that can come from all this. So we're just waiting on the game to start. So, of course, put your predictions into the chat right now for what you think of this game tonight, because this is a fun game. So, just want to get a little interaction with you. Who wins? Who is the best linebacker currently? Let me. I'm just gonna make sure about this. And okay, I got it right here. Dallas Turner from Alabama is definitely the best. What bowl game will Auburn go to? With them being 6-6, the most likely for them, I think, is probably Birmingham Bowl. So, all right. So we got two predictions here. Colton Naylor says Washington 34-17. Chris Naylor says Oregon wins. Bama needs Washington to lose. And then Derek Sanford has Oregon 35-24. Okay. So, it's 2-1 split right here between predictions. So, of course, throughout the game, I'll be giving you commentary as the game has gone to a commercial. Well, the national broadcast has gone to a commercial break, so we are currently waiting on them to get started. So, once the game is started, it is going to be a lot of fun to give it to you. Houston Bowl is where Auburn goes. Interesting. Okay. Music City Bowl, okay. The big thing with Auburn is that there's not really, they'll play for a lower tier SEC bowl game that they'll probably play in. And they'll probably get like SMU if they play in the Birmingham Bowl, if they play in the Music City Bowl. Goodness, Wisconsin maybe. It'll be interesting to see what Auburn gets, but yeah, New Mexico State as well. That is interesting there. And then will Bo Nix win the Heisman? I don't know. It's really at this point, I think for what we've seen, I think it's narrowed down to him, Michael Penix, and Jaden Daniels. I think that's the three that it's really narrowed down to. And nobody can really tell me that this game won't. I think whoever wins this game it'll help whoever. So gonna be very interesting for sure. But also tonight is a good way to look back at the regular season that it was and just kind of think a minute. We had a really fun regular season. And Jack Naylor brought it up last night when me and him were live. And normally we have a lot of chaos, as you would call it, in November that really clarifies the playoff picture. We really didn't get that. And now it's come into these games here in December. And so, going to be very interesting. So, very fun regular season. And really, to all these people that want the 12-team playoff, here's one thing I think they also forget. They also argued, bowl games have not been fun. Well, this year, you know what? you got a lot of fun matchups you could potentially get within these top teams. So, you know, I just don't want that whole thing about 12-team playoffs solves all the issues, because really it causes a lot more issues, in my opinion, than what we're going to have. So, um, gonna be fun. National broadcast is on, and so we are getting you set. They're looking at the championship slate for this weekend: Oklahoma State, Texas tomorrow, Georgia, Alabama tomorrow. Of course, they added Tulane and SMU, which is kind of a boring game, to be honest with you. Michigan, Iowa, and then, of course, Florida State and Louisville. Some of the, I guess, notable games that they're looking at. So, they are getting set for the game. Game's being played in Vegas. So, that is going to be a lot of fun to see. Pac-12 championship game for the third. Actually, it is the third straight year the game's being played in Vegas. Okay. A couple years ago, the game was played in Santa Clara, so I do remember the Santa Clara days. And now, of course, the last 3 years have been in Vegas. And so we are just waiting on ABC because, folks, national broadcast, this is what they do. They say the game's going to be at like 7 o'clock, but then they wait like 30 minutes after that to finally kick the ball off. So, yeah. Also some questions I have here in the chat. Will Texas make it to the playoffs? If they win, they've got to win first. They will definitely need help. I could see if they have a dominating performance, because Jack brought it up the other last night about Florida State. I mean, not Florida State, but a couple years ago, 2014, TCU was in the, they were in the top 4 going into championship week. They did not have a conference championship to make that statement in a conference championship setting, and Ohio State went out and beat Wisconsin 59-0. There is a world where I could see, if anything else, Texas could potentially win tomorrow convincingly over Oklahoma State and say, hey, look at this win. We won 59-0. And, Florida State played a close game with Louisville. We're one of the best. We're one of the top 4 teams we should be in. I think that's what Texas, that could be something you could see too. I could see it. Florida State, I don't think being undefeated is a lock to be in the playoff, unless, something crazy is going to have to happen. I think they've got to win first, and they got to win convincingly to get all the questions, I think, taken away if Florida State will make it. As long as they win convincingly over Louisville, I think they'll make it. But I actually picked Louisville to win the game. So, I don't have a lot of expectations for Florida State. So, also, I had a top 5 Christmas movies. That's actually kind of a hard one, honestly. Probably the top one, I don't know. It's kind of hard. I will get back to your question eventually. That's just a really tough question, and I've got to really think on that one. So, of course, we are waiting on the game to get started. Okay. Yep. Oregon, Washington. The battle of the offenses is really what this is, to be honest with you folks. You got 2 dominant offenses. It's going to be a fun game, folks. This game is probably going to be the first to 40 wins the game. So, if you are a fan of the new age of college football, points, well, this is the type game you want. Now, if you're a fan of defensive football, you probably want to wait until tomorrow, because this is not going to be a defensive football game, I wouldn't think. So, here we go. Final Pac-12 championship as we know it from Allegiant Stadium in Vegas. And what a fun one, folks. Of course, right now, Washington head coach Kalen DeBoer is being interviewed. So, a fun game coming up. A really fun game. Let's see. We've been on for about 20 minutes, and we're still sitting here waiting for the game. So, it is what it is. Yeah, college football. Tomorrow's games, folks. So, this is just like, I'll be honest with you. This is probably the second best game of the week in my eyes. But see, I think this, the way I see it, Friday night on championship week is always the appetizer, and the full course is always Saturday. So, going to be awesome. Of course, they're showing Michael Penix warming up. This is the first top 5 matchup in Pac-12 championship game history, folks. That just shows how dominant these two teams have been all season, and how this is going to be a game that could decide a spot in the college football play. Or what should I say? I mean, come on, Cooper. This is to decide who goes to the college football playoff. So here we go. College football. And, of course, they're showing Oregon is going to kick it off. So it is going to be Washington football to begin this game. The Pac-12 championship. And here we go. It's going to be Lewis, the kicker for Oregon. He kicks that one away, and we are away in Vegas. That one is a touchback. So we will see Michael Penix first. And what a season he has had. 66% completion percentage, 324.9 yards per game, 32 touchdowns, 8 interceptions for Michael Penix. So, right now they are in the huddle, waiting to get their play call. It's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Huskies. All right, here we go. One back there for Penix. He's going to throw it, and that one is dropped. And he was looking for Jalen McMillan. That ball was dropped. Some impact players is Jalen McMillan, Romo Dunze for Washington, and then Brandon Dorless and Kyrie Jackson on the defense for Oregon. Those are some guys to really watch out for in tonight's game. And, of course, as always, we always say that if you want to, you listen to us, but then mute your TV as you watch the game action. Here's Penix taking the snap. He's going to hand it off. And a nice run right there for about 9 yards. That is Dylan Johnson on the carry. Of course, that offensive line, they got a pretty big offensive line for Washington. They're showing that the majority of them are over 300 pounds. So those are some big dudes up there on that offensive line for Washington. So Dylan Johnson takes this direct snap, and he's got the first down for the Huskies. Great play call if you're Washington to kind of catch Oregon's defense off guard, and just a direct snap. I like this play call. I really like it. I think it's a gutsy play call. Great call by Kellen DeBoer. Dylan Johnson, of course, 20 carries for 100 yards on a touchdown against Oregon back in October. So Penix, he's got his running back to his right. He fakes a handoff to Dylan Johnson. Penix looking to throw. Got some time, and now being pressured, has to just throw that away. Oh, I thought he was going to throw it away, but it is caught by Dylan Johnson. Just great awareness right there by Michael Penix. I thought this ball was going to be incomplete here, but Michael Penix did a great job of eluding the pressure and just making a play. It's going to be 2nd down and 3 for Washington. But just an incredible play right there by Michael Penix. So now he's coming up to his offensive line, giving out some play calls, watching his defense. Going to send a couple men in there. Here's the handoff to Dylan Johnson, who is bouncing around, and he'll get to about the line of scrimmage. That is all that he would see. 3rd down for Washington. And so here you go, a 3rd down. You already had that other 3rd down a minute ago. You had the direct snap to Dylan Johnson. Now that was on 3rd and 1. Now you got a 3rd and 2. So let's see what Washington will do here. A couple men in motion for the Huskies. Dylan Johnson to the right of Michael Penix in the backfield. They have got 3 wide receivers out to Penix's right. He's going to throw it out wide. That is McMillan. 1st down and a lot more for McMillan. Great play as they are now in Oregon territory. And now, this is the type of offensive game that we thought we were going to get. And we are getting it here early. Michael Penix, just a great throw here. It's just like kind of like a screen pass, I would say. And McMillan, just a great way to catch that ball, find some space, and get the 1st down for the Huskies. Doing a great job. 1st and 10 from about the 44, I believe. Penix, there's a throw, and that one is caught by Dylan John. That's actually Romo Denze. I'm sorry. And I'll be honest with you, the jersey numbers for Washington, the 7s and the 1s on their jersey numbers, very similar. So it's very easy to get that mixed up. But we do have an Oregon defender who is down, but now he hops right back up. And so, looks like he's got a little bit of a limp. But that is Jordan Birch. And so, he will come off. So, 2nd and 5 for Washington. I'll get to your question, Colton, in just a minute. That is actually something to think about. But 2nd and 5 here for Penix in this Washington offense. It's a 7-play, 36-yard drive, encompassing 3:45 so far here in this game. Penix takes the snap, fakes the handoff. Now he's going to throw it. That one was nearly intercepted. He had pressure coming right at his face, and Kyrie Jackson almost gets that interception. That could have been big here early in this game. Penix, he just dodged a bullet. He was looking for Romo Dunze, and Odunze wasn't even looking for the ball. And, I mean, Penix right there, they're showing, he knew it immediately. He knew that was on him. Kind of a mental error there by a guy like Michael Penix. But a 3rd and 5 here for the Huskies. They've made their last 2 third downs, and now they have to call a timeout. So this is not, I don't believe, the start Washington wanted, and they already have to burn a timeout here in this game. So not the start that they wanted, and kind of a scary start if you are if you're a Washington fan. This is not what you want. So very interesting. But the game's at commercial break. So to answer your question, Colton, about Jaden Daniels or Dylan Gabriel, who, if they were the last 2 for Heisman, who would I pick? Probably Jaden Daniels, because although both of them are similar, that both of them can throw the ball efficiently, and they can both, are very mobile. They can make plays with their legs. I just feel like right now, though, I just think Jaden Daniels would be a better choice. And just remember, folks, that it is, I mean, to me, it is shocking to see Jayden Daniels up into the race just because, well, let me say this. Because I feel like part of it is last year with that win over Alabama. And then this year, the way that he played against Alabama, he played an incredible game. Let's not, let's not sugarcoat it or anything like that. He did play a pretty good game until he got hurt. So, I mean, that's my thing is that Jayden Daniels has shown up in these big games. And, I mean, they did beat Alabama at home with him. And I feel like that's part of why. But also, it's popularity. So the popularity factors into the Heisman race. So it's going to be Penix or Bo Nix, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. So we are just waiting on the national broadcast to come back to the game. Been a very interesting one here so far. We got a 3rd and 5 for Washington. Comment below, what do you think that Washington does here? Because this is going to be interesting because you really have two choices. You could either run it with Dylan Johnson and try to just run it right up the middle, or you could attempt to, I would like to see some kind of, play-action pass, like a deep play-action pass here from Penix to, Rome Odunze or Jalen McMillan. That would be interesting to see. So, if you have any predictions about what you think may happen when the game comes back, please put that in the chat right now because, going to be interesting for sure. Of course, a lot of good football still to be played tomorrow. So, here we go. 3rd and 5 for the Huskies. 11:09 to go in the first quarter. The Oregon Ducks offense has not seen the field yet. As Washington has. And so, of course, this drive has been nearly 4 minutes. So 3rd and 5, and Penix, he has a running back to his right. He's got a couple men wide. Penix is looking to throw. He throws it. That's caught by Odunze. First down. Straight down the middle. And really kind of shocking. There is no one in the middle to actually guard Rome Odunze. Kind of a confusing zone kind of look. Okay, so they went with the blitz right here, actually. It was a blitz from Oregon. And it was more like a prevent set out, within the blitz for the guys in the back. And so, just allowed an easy throw for Penix down the middle. So here's Penix taking the snap, hands it off to Dylan Johnson, who will get about 5 or 6 yards right there. Great running from Washington here early. I mean, Dylan Johnson's just... great game here so far for him. Ryan Grubb, he is the offensive coordinator for Washington. So that kind of answers a question Jack had last night. So if he's on here, that does help you out a little bit. 5-minute drive so far with 10 plays and 53 yards so far for Washington. As there is a run for Dylan Johnson. First down. And really, you kind of see what Washington's wanting to do here in this game. They are wanting to run the ball straight down the throat of that Oregon defense. And they're trying to keep Bo Nix in that lethal offense that Oregon has on the sidelines. So, very, I like the play calling here so far for Washington. And, I could see Oregon trying to do the same thing. I can really see it. That they'll try to do the same where they're trying to keep Penix and this Washington offense on the sidelines as well. All right, Penix all alone in the backfield. Got a couple of men pressuring him, and he is going to... Did he get sacked? I don't think he got sacked, and he gained a yard on the run, so he never went down. So that is close. Was he down? Kind of some hard. I mean, you don't really have a good look at it. And is Dan Lanning? Okay, so it looks like they are going to end up reviewing this play. I don't think there's a challenge from Dan Lanning, but I think that it may just be a regular review. Okay, so they are going to call it a sack back at the 22-yard line. So Penix actually got sacked. Wow. Second and 17 here. I mean, the defense by Oregon right here. I mean, you see that they are just wanting to bring the blitz and really disrupt Penix in this game. Very smart play call, if I shall say. All right, second and 17. Of course, clock is running. Clock's not a factor right now, though. Michael Penix takes the snap, handing it off to Dylan Johnson, who will gain about a yard, and that is all. But he did trip, so that affected how far he could have gone. So now you got third and 16 here. Very interesting to see if they may just do some kind of dump, like a short dump off pass, or actually take a shot to the end zone here. That would be interesting to see. Do you attempt at a deep shot in the end zone when you got a guy like Rome Odunze? So Penix got his running back to his left. He takes the snap. He's looking. Pressure coming. Penix looking! And incomplete. He was looking for McMillan in the end zone. Incomplete. So fourth and 16. And it looks like Washington will just have to settle for 3. And you can see here early what, Washington's looking to speed the game up by keeping the ball for a long period of time. And Oregon is just trying to bring just a lot of pressure on Penix. Grady Gross out to kick the field goal. That one's up, and that one is good for the Huskies. So Washington takes an early 3-0 lead. A long drive, but only 3 points for the Huskies. So now Oregon will come out, and it'll be their turn to see what they can do on offense. It's going to be very interesting, folks. 3-0. And we thought this game maybe, touchdowns and touchdowns and touchdowns, but hey, I mean, got a field goal right there. Maybe a nice sign. Well, we are just waiting on the national broadcast to come back. Of course, right now they're showing a Burger King commercial. Food's always good, folks. Either way, from that comment. So, a lot to talk about with this game. So that drive, if I'm going to really break it down for you folks, it was really I like the just conservative play calling from Washington, just to kind of, run this clock as much as possible and, and keep Bo Nix on the sideline. I like that strategy there. Only thing is, you only got 3 points out of it. So, here's the thing: is that I feel like you can win playing conservatively, but the thing that's hurting them right now is that they only got 3 points out of it. So if you're only going to get 3 points at a time playing like this, do you consider maybe changing it up? I mean, it's just the first drive. Maybe a little overreaction for Washington, but, you know, going to be very interesting because they didn't exactly. I mean, they got 3 points, not 7. You want 7. So, going to be very interesting to see. But the defense of Oregon, I like the way that they just brought the pressure on Penix. It was kind of nice to see. So, right now, my TV, of course, is giving me some trouble. But we'll see here if I can get it to work. And so, okay, so I'm experiencing a couple little technical difficulties. Let me, real quick, I'm going to get my other microphone turned back on, and I'll talk to you while I'm trying to fix this.
So, very interesting game here. Of course, you know. And somehow, I had to get up for it to start working. I don't understand this. But very so basically indoor antennas, folks, just are like crazy.
Okay, so let's see if we can get this to work. Not the time for that to be messing up on me, but here we go. Here's Bo Nix looking to throw, and that is incomplete. I think he hit the referee while throwing that ball. Wow. He hit the referee. Wow. But here we go. Oregon, Bo Nix all by himself in the backfield. Here's Nix looking to throw. That'll be incomplete. 2 passes, 2 incompletions for Oregon. Of course, tonight's impact players on this side of the field: Bucky Irving and Troy Franklin for Oregon, and then Tuli Leta, whatever his. Oh goodness, that is kind of a hard last name to say. And then Jabbar Muhammad Leta Legasanoa. I don't know. Here we go. Nix all by himself in the backfield. Again, Nix looking to throw. Nix is going to throw. That is incomplete again. 3 passes, 3 incompletions for Oregon. So like that, Washington's getting the football back. And Washington's defense shows up. Incredible stuff, but a great defensive play here as Dixon for Washington. Great defense. As Oregon is ready to kick this ball away back to Washington. And of course, again, having some technical difficulties with my TV, but here is a return to about the 50-yard line for Washington. So it's going to be first down for Washington. And this is not what Oregon wanted to see. And just incredible. But a great return for Washington. So, of course, right now, of course, I am experiencing some technical difficulties in here. So, um, let me again see if I can get this to work. Kind of a inconvenience at the moment to see this. Let me just see. Interesting. Okay. Let me see if I can get this fixed, folks. I don't know what in the world is wrong with this antenna right at the moment. It's like it's not wanting to, work for me. Okay. So it was a long run for Dylan Johnson. So 6 minutes to go. 6 minutes to go. Here's Penix. And again, with the issues, my screen is here is a play as it gets a few yards for Washington right there. Alright, let me get to a commercial break and let me see if I can get this fixed for you folks. Alright, we are going to see if this will work. But Washington takes the snap, and again with these issues with the TV. Of course, that is the price you take sometimes with a antenna, and so, of course, it is a run play right here for Washington as it gains a few yards. They are in scoring territory once again, up 3-0. Again, it's just surprising to see that they, where Oregon 3 incompletions. I mean, that's incredible to see. But not exactly sure what is going on with this TV. But now when I stand up, it works perfectly. So very confusing right here. As we got a flag, let me just see. Because we got it working. I'm going to put my other camera on here for a second. And we'll get the other camera pulled up real quick. Alright. So now that I'm standing up, okay, this is also another crazy thing about how these antennas work is that I'm standing up and it's working perfectly for you folks. So, crazy to think about. Here is a carry by Dylan Johnson, touchdown, Washington, and they now go up 9-0 here in this game in what is just crazy to think about. Washington is outscoring Oregon 9-0. incredible stuff. So, update, I am going actually to move to my other area here to my left. So, after this goes to commercial break right here on this screen, I will move over to a separate area and get out of the studio to be able to do it as we are. Let me see if I can get it. Well, folks, I am not sure what. Yeah, I can do that in a minute. Okay. So, let me see. And so on my other screen, I've got it on streaming device. And so Washington did kick the extra point to go up 10-0. So I am going to move y'all over to another area over here because this antenna does not want to work for me tonight. So, sorry for all these technical difficulties. Did not expect to have these kind of difficulties here early in the stream, but it's okay. We are getting it all figured out. Let me go to another commercial break real quick as I move over. All right. Whoa. It's a little loud. We're going to turn this down. All right. So, microphone going down. All right. So, we are back. And I'm going to get my camera fixed for you. Of course, dealing with the issues. And I think I'm going to get it. There we go. I'm going to get this fixed real quick for you. Alright. So we are back. Had some technical issues. And I am actually... Didn't think I was going to have to actually announce this at this point. But you know what? I'm going to make the change. For now on, this is where you will see me broadcasting my games from. Right here. This is a different area, so it took me a minute to have to figure out everything. But, hey, I mean, I get to sit here a little bit more comfortably. But here's Penix taking the snap. 2nd and 5, looking down the field. And incomplete on that 2nd and 5. There we go. Oh, because I unplugged it for a minute. There we go. Alright. So, I'll have to go grab my other computer here in just a minute so that I can get, your, to get the scoreboard and stuff working. And there's a pass. That one was caught behind the line. And I think they may give it to Romo Dunze. I believe they're giving him the first down right there. Great catch. He did catch it behind the line of scrimmage, and he couldn't really... It was not him going back himself, so... Interesting. Good run. A good catch by Odunze as we got a flag. And while we do... I'm going to go grab that other computer. I'll be right back. All right, we are back. We got a third down for Washington, and it's going to be very interesting. They are doing a good job throughout this game as the first quarter will come to an end with Washington up 10-0. Very interesting here so far in this game, as so far Washington showing why they are the third-ranked team in college football, as we got a good one. We have got a really good game at Allegiant Stadium right now. The Washington Huskies, they have the lead 10-0 going to the second quarter. So, good game here so far. There we go. So, got it to the second quarter. So, of course, as you can see, this is where I'm going to be doing my game broadcast from now on. So, like I said earlier, I didn't think I was going to announce this, but I am. And so, I'm going to adjust my camera just slightly. There we go. Of course, like I said, didn't expect to have to do this, but you know, it is what it is. It all works itself out, and so of course, went to commercial break. So we are waiting with them for the game to come back. So, interesting first quarter from what I got to see of it, folks. And, you know, it's all okay. It is okay, folks. So, of course, we are waiting for commercial break to end. But, you know, I will say this, from what I did get to see, that watching the way that offense of Washington went down and scored on both drives, and then also just the way that they shut down that Oregon offense in the first quarter. Incredible stuff to see, honestly, because Washington, you can tell, they came out with this mindset of, we want to go to the playoff, and we're going to do this. So, I have a question. Who is your favorite NFL team? The Green Bay Packers, and they are not incredible this season, so, you know, it is what it is with the NFL. So, I will say this, because if you are wondering, I will still be doing the pregame show from my other set over there. So do not worry. You are totally fine on that front. We're good. So we are good. So there we go. Number one's cut off. There we go. Interesting Monday Night Football game they're promoting right now between the Bengals and the Jaguars. That's actually a very interesting game. All right, second quarter is about to begin. Of course, right now the game is apparently sponsored by Dr. Pepper. I didn't know that. So tonight, Oregon's had 6 offensive plays, folks. Washington, 8 first downs in this game. They've had more first downs than Oregon's had offensive plays. Just incredible. So here we go. 10-0 Washington. They have the football with the 3rd and 6 here to begin the second quarter. And this, I hope, is going to be a better quarter, but here we go. Penix has got a running back to his right. Here's Penix taking the snap, looking, going to throw it deep, and he overshot McMillan. 4th and 6 for Washington as they will have to punt. And he had McMillan. Had he hit him, that's a touchdown. So you could have went from being up 10-0 and having to punt to you could have had an easy touchdown right there, as there is the punt, first one for Washington here tonight, and that one will be a fair catch for Oregon, and they got a long way to have to go to score a touchdown, folks. So Bo Nix tonight, 1 of 5 for 8 yards. That is all that is doing for Bo Nix. And so, let's see what they can do. Irving is lined up to the right of Bo Nix. And so, 10-0 Washington, as it is Oregon football. Here is the run by Bucky Irving. He's going to get maybe 2 yards. That is all. So, in a game that we thought we were going to get, offensive football, we've gotten that from Washington. But Oregon, this Washington defense, let me tell you, they actually have come up. They've come to play today. Incredible to see this. 2nd and 8 for Oregon. Here is Bo Nix looking to pass, going to throw it. That'll be caught. And that is a first down and a lot more for Oregon. And finally something good, as that is Tez Johnson with the first down for the Ducks. And Bo Nix just, had some time. That's the first time tonight I've actually seen him have time to throw. As there's another pass to Tez Johnson. And he'll go out of bounds. 2nd down for the Ducks. Incredible stuff, though. Okay. Of course, the man that we're waiting on is Franklin. Wonder if he's going to get a catch here in a minute. And please comment below, because I missed the only other completion for Bo Nix. So you can comment below if it was Franklin that caught the other pass from Nix. But Bo Nix has got 2 running backs lined up behind him. He's going to hand it off to, it looks like, Bucky Irving for the first down for the Ducks. And now their offense is starting to get going. So it was a little bit of a slow start for Oregon. But now I like that I like this. They're really starting to ramp up the pace a little bit. So it will be 1st and 10 for Oregon. Of course, clock is ticking a little bit. And here's the fake. Bo Nix will take off himself and get about 6 yards right there. Good run for Bo Nix. So Bo Nix, I like the way that he saw that there was a lane right up the middle. He took it, and he got 5 yards, it said. So, incredible stuff. He is one of 3 players with 100 passing yards, 100 pass touchdowns, and 30 rushing touchdowns, I think is what it said, in his career. Incredible stuff. Only J.T. Barrett and some other guy from Central Michigan did that. And here's another first down. So also, Oregon State and Washington State, it says they are going to play Mountain West Conference teams. So they're going to play schedule 6 games against Mountain West competition. So they'll, by default, be Mountain West teams. That's really what they are. Instead of a Pac-2, it's more they're part of the Mountain West. But whatever. But here we go. Bo Nix takes the snap, and now he's going to throw it out wide. It's Franklin trying to make some moves. First down for Oregon as now they start going down the field. Also, Tate Rodemaker for Florida State saying he is a game-time call. So, that's not a good thing but either way. Oregon with the first down. This drive, Bo Nix is 4 of 4 for 43 yards, so really starting to get it going. Bo Nix, he's got his running back to his left, now looking to pass, he's going to throw it, that one is caught, and another first down, as right there, he hit big number 81, Casey Kelly, that is his tight end. Good play. And just the patience of Bo Nix. It's just incredible. And he doesn't look like he's gotten rattled because, he had a bad start to his game. But, he's really started to settle in here in this game. So, good start for Bo Nix. As here's a pitch to Bucky Irving, which will get about 3 yards right there for the Ducks. So they are driving down the field, folks. This is a pretty good start if you're Oregon. I mean, here in the second quarter, this is a good start to the second quarter. If you are Bo Nix, so okay, he moved 2nd and 7 as he was giving out some play calls. So 2nd and 7 for Oregon. Man in motion. Here is the snap. Bo Nix will throw out wide to Tez Johnson as he's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. So now you got a 3rd at about 9 or 10 right here. So very interesting to see what Oregon may end up having to do. And really just a good job by that Washington defense. Just seeing that Tez Johnson's got the ball. Just dropping him for a loss of 2 yards. As it is 3rd and 9 for Oregon on their 10-play, 67-yard drive, which is encapsulated about 5 minutes and 45 seconds. Clock is moving. 9 minutes to go before halftime. Bo Nix takes the snap. He's looking down the field. Gonna throw it. That one's nearly caught. He was looking for Franklin and that Washington defense. And specifically right there on the breakup was, if I can find him. Yeah, number 13, Cameron Faba I don't know how to say that last name. I'm sorry. But great play. Either way. But, hard to say. But I think we had a penalty here against... Okay, so there was a penalty against Washington that now makes it 3rd and 4. Yeah, I will... Of course, I'm still getting adjusted stuff, so when it goes to break, I will get volume turned up just a tiny little bit so I can hear what is going on with the refs. But another incomplete pass on a slant, and now that was Franklin that was going for the catch, but he's hurt. He may have landed on his wrist wrong. Not a good. That did not look good for him. As Nix, he put it right where it had to be and just couldn't get there. Honestly, good defense though from Washington, as it is 4th and 4. Muhammad right there, and Franklin's still down. So, not a good looking injury, as it looked like it was maybe his wrist. So, all right, let me go to break, and I'll get some more stuff adjusted. Alright, everybody. I am back. Oregon did get on the board with a field goal right there. Sorry to have to miss that one. As well as I said, I am still trying to get everything set. Of course, everything's now here in my little studio area, here in this room that I'm in. I have now got two sets, so trying to get everything adjusted and everything. So kind of a process, but we are making it work. Of course, we are waiting as the game has gone to commercial break. I also went to grab me a little something to drink. Alright. So, comment below what y'all thought about the game so far. It's 10-3 Washington. Oregon really kind of shocking to see that they've only put up 3 points. They haven't actually gotten in the end zone yet. So, comment below what you think about the game so far, because I want to see what y'all's opinions are on it. Of course, we are still just waiting on commercial break. So 10-3, Washington with the lead. Of course, if they were to win, then that kind of clears up one spot as far as who gets in the playoff. So, yeah. It will be impressive, though, if Washington was to win this game, folks, that they actually beat Oregon twice in a season. That's pretty impressive because most teams don't win twice in a season against one singular team. So, incredible if this is going to be a Washington win, if it does happen. I'm not saying it is, but I'm just saying if it were to happen, because that's all I'm saying. Also, now is your chance. I just forgot about this, but how about I give you a trivia question to kill some time? So here is a little history, and it's kind of recent history if you think about it. It's from 2011, but who played in the first Pac-12 championship game? So that is our question. Who played in the first Pac-12 championship game? So, of course, if you have a guess, put that in the chat below as well, because I like engaging with my audience as much as possible. So, here we go. Ooh, goodness. Can't do anything but yawn, folks. But here we go. Oregon is going to kick this ball away as there is the kick. And that will be a touchback as Washington will have the football about the 25-yard line. So here comes Michael Penix. Also, I believe that injury to Troy Franklin was a shoulder injury. So that's kind of a bummer. If he can't go the rest of the way, then that is a big time receiver that will not be able to play for Oregon. So 10-3, Washington with the lead. Penix and this offense is back out there. Penix has got a running back right behind him. Sends a man in motion. Here's Penix. Fakes the handoff. Looking. It'll be caught. Great throw right there. And that is Rome Odunze with the catch for the Washington Huskies. And really a nice route right here by Rome Odunze. Makes the defender kind of think, oh, he's going to continue straight. Kind of fakes him out and cuts out to the left. And Penix put it right where it needed to be. First down for the Huskies. As, really, Penix has just done a great job this season with ball placement and everything. And it just shows right there on that pass. So Penix has got his running back to his right. It looks like Odunze has got a one-on-one matchup at the bottom of the screen. Here's Penix looking, throwing across the middle. That's caught for about 3 yards. As right there, he gets Jack Westover, the redshirt senior, and just a great, little throw. Nothing's deep. Just kind of find a little something short, hit it, and get about 4 yards. Perfectly fine. So 2nd and 6 now for the Huskies. Up 10-3. Penix sends his running back to his right side. He was on the left. Penix takes the snap. He's looking down the field. Got a little bit of pressure now, throwing deep. Got a man. It's caught. What a play! What a play! Jalen McMillan down the field. And incredible throw by Michael Penix. And with the pressure that he had, incredible throw to get it to McMillan. The ball is right where it has to be. And now Washington is in scoring position. Here we go. Dylan Johnson going to take the snap. It is a pitch, and that is a Washington touchdown. 16-3, and running it in is Jeremy Bernard. 4 yards, and Jeremy Bernard punches it in for the Washington Huskies, who have a 13-point lead in the Pac-12 championship game. Just incredible to see as Washington, you can tell that they've come out here early and wanted to establish that they can play defense and that they are here to win. And so, this offense, incredible stuff. 16-3 Washington as we got a flag. And it's a delay game against Washington, folks. Well, 6:48 to go in the second quarter. Of course, if you have a guess to my trivia question, who played in the first Pac-12 championship game, you can go ahead and put that down in the chat if you so choose. But 16-3 Washington as we await their extra point. Here is the extra point. It is up, and it is good. Washington 17-3, folks. And it's that pass by Penix to Jalen McMillan. And Jeremy Bernard punches it in as Washington has a 14-point lead early in this game. It's incredible. Incredible stuff that we're seeing here tonight. Well, 17-3 Washington. And so, well, as long as they win this game, they pretty much just, they lock in that spot for themselves in the playoff. And for Oregon, you're definitely getting a pretty good bowl game here. But kind of a sad... This is not the start that Oregon wanted. I know this isn't what they wanted to begin their game like. And so, really, just a rough start to the game for them. But, we still got a lot of football yet to be played. So let's wait and see what happens. Lots still could happen in this game. So, we still got a lot of football. So the game is at commercial break. So second quarter. as we await this commercial break. Commercial breaks these days so long. You know what? Let me grab my phone real quick. All right. Game is back. Also, they were talking about that Dr. Pepper tuition giveaway. So, there is the kickoff from Washington. So, we'll have something to commentate during the halftime. And so, um, really right now, that big thing here for Oregon is that the quick pass is really what is working for them. So that is really what they need to continue doing. So on the season, their average time to release for Bo Nix is 2.5 seconds. That is 12th quickest in the FBS. So that is really where they excel. As here is Nix looking. That'll be a catch for Bucky Irving, as he will be lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. And he did lose a yard. Goforth is the guy who brings Irving down. So, 2nd and 11 for the Ducks. Nick's looking back at his sideline, trying to get the play call on the 2nd and 11. Here we go. Nix takes the snap, hands it off to Irving, and just not a lot of room to run. He probably got 2 yards. That is it. So it's going to be like 3rd and 9. Just not anything going if you're Oregon. And Washington's defense, I'm telling you, Washington's defense has showed up here tonight. So 3rd and 9 here for Oregon. They are 0 of 3 tonight on 3rd down. On the season, they're 52%. So this is not the way that they wanted to start their game. 3rd and 9. Nix takes the snap, looking, throwing, and that one is a catch, but not even close to first down territory. As that's Terrence Ferguson, the tight end, who caught it, and now they're going to have to just punt it away again. Just not what they're wanting. And you know, Washington has just come out and played a really good ball game. You got to give them credit. 4th and 4 for the Ducks, as here's Ross James, punt it away. And a fair catch called for. So, Washington's coming back out as they got a 14-point lead, and this could be a blowout. My goodness, 17-3 Washington here early. So, of course, at halftime, we will, of course, discuss what we've seen from the game so far. And in that case, let me go to commercial break and I'll be right back with some updates. All right. Welcome back, everybody. So, of course, we got a 17-3 ball game still waiting on the game to return. So, of course, halftime, I'll be here to talk about what I've seen from the game as from what I've been able to see. And so, just got to talk about the game. And then we'll talk more about what is, about the scenarios and stuff within the playoff. Because right now, I mean, Washington with the 14-point lead, and really they've just looked extremely dominant here in this game. I mean, if they continue this on, then I mean it's hard, not to potentially move them up. I don't know. Gonna be interesting. 17-3, Washington with the lead. But here we go. Here is Penix with his running back to his right. 1st and 10 for the Huskies. Here's Penix looking, throwing deep. That is caught. And Romo Dunze, a great catch, and another first down. Excuse me. Got choked up a little bit. But Michael Penix on this throw. Romo Dunze gets open, and just a beautiful throw for Michael Penix. Here is the run for Dylan Johnson, and he'll get a few yards right there. And just, incredible accuracy from Penix on that throw. I mean, just incredible. And Penix just did a great job. 2nd and 6 here for Washington. Man in motion as it looks like a flea flicker. It is, and Romo Dunze with the catch as he's going to go for the first down. Incredible play call right there. I like the way that was set up. Incredible. Of course, like we said, tomorrow is Alabama-Auburn, and then Sunday at some point. I'm still trying to figure out what time, but we are planning to do a reaction to the playoff field being announced. So, of course, we are under 3 minutes here before halftime. Washington with the ball up 17-3. The physicality they have shown Washington has. Incredible stuff. Here's Penix. Going to throw it out wide for McMillan. Gets the edge. And a couple of men have missed. And it is a first down for the Huskies. And Washington is really looking like the more aggressive team here tonight. And just from Oregon, it's just confusing because they just don't look like they are truly here to, compete in this game. But here we go. 1st and 10. 2 minutes to go. Penix takes the snap, looking, pressure, and that one it was nearly caught. Lot of pressure, and now Penix getting into a war of words a little bit with Kyrie Jackson of Oregon. And a big hit, I believe, is what Penix was complaining about, but his tight end nearly had a chance at it. But here we go, 2nd and 10 for the Huskies. Penix takes the snap, hands it off. Here is the run, and that is a pretty good run right there. As picking that up, Will Nixon is the back. Just aggressive play. Conservative play calling and just aggressive playing by Washington. As Oregon has to take a timeout, Dan Lanning is not loving what he is seeing. And so, timeout called. And so, right now, I gotta say, between Oregon and Washington, Oregon just does not look like they don't look like the team that we've seen over the past few weeks where they've played dominantly. Honestly, Washington is playing like a very dominant team, and we were all questioning, besides the Oregon win, who they actually beat, and well, who knows? Right now, if you get 2 wins against Oregon, incredible stuff if you are Washington. But here we go, a 3rd and 5 for Penix and the Huskies. They are 4-6 on 3rd downs. Penix all alone in the backfield. Takes the snap. He's going to throw it out wide, and that is behind the line of scrimmage. Great defense by Oregon, as that is going to force a field goal opportunity for Kalen DeBoer's Washington Huskies, as there is a second timeout called by the Oregon Ducks. So they are trying to preserve a little bit of time, see if they can possibly get something going down the field in just a minute. After this field goal, Grady Gross out to kick it. And so, of course, just a pretty good game here so far for Washington. Oregon just kind of poor. And so, of course, Oregon is looking to possibly get the ball back and give Bo Nix a chance to take them down the field. But here we go. 37 yards for Grady Gross. Here is the kick. It's up, and that one is good. 20-3. Washington with the lead. So it's a 17-point lead for the Huskies. And the Oregon Ducks, they still have 1:39 that they could possibly go down the field and do a little something with. They got a timeout, so there is a lot of time if you are an Oregon Ducks fan. So It's going to be big to see what Bo Nix, what he does here on this drive. Interesting, though. Of course, they definitely need this to get something going. They will also get the ball to start the second half, so, you know, they could possibly get this lead trimmed down from Washington. So, we will see as we await the kickoff. Here we go. Grady Gross is going to kick this away, and that'll be a touchback. And so, starting at the 25 is where Bo Nix will be. So, let's see what he can do. Big drive here in this game, folks. 20-3, Washington. Of course, next year, these two teams will be playing in the Big Ten. So, that'll be interesting to see them playing in the Big Ten. But for now, got a Pac-12 championship with Washington with a big lead, honestly. Also, we'll get you an update of Liberty and New Mexico State at halftime as well, as here's Nix looking. That'll be caught! What a catch! As now, down the sidelines, great catch. Incredible. Tez Johnson down the field. And Nix, incredible way to find Tez Johnson. And great route running there. 1st and 10. Here's Nix looking down the field. Gonna step up in the pressure. Now throwing it deep. And that's incomplete. He just threw that into the end zone as nowhere really to go. But again, that throw to Tez Johnson, incredible. So 2nd and 10 for Oregon. 1:21 to go in the second quarter. No need to really have to rush. Clock winding down. Sends a man in motion. Takes a snap. Fakes the handoff to Irving. As there's the throw, and that'll be a first down going to, believe, it looks like it was Troy Franklin possibly. So he may be back out there. 20-3, Washington. Minute to go. Here's Nix looking, throwing. That is tipped up in the air. And incomplete, looking for Bucky Irving. Nearly intercepted. That could have been a big break for Washington. 57 seconds to go. 2nd and 10 here for the Oregon Ducks. As this is really interesting because you got 57 seconds and you got second down here and 10 from about the 24-yard line. So, very interesting to see what they're going to do here. Nix running up to the line of scrimmage to give his play call. Nix takes the snap. Looking, little lob pass, and that one goes to the end zone. And now we got a flag. Very late flag that is thrown. Is this going to be pass interference against Washington? Okay, so pass interference against Washington's Muhammad, and that is kind of a... I don't see that. I don't see that being a penalty, honestly. Watching that, that's ridiculous. That is just ridiculous. Either way, 20-3, first and goal for the Oregon Ducks at the 9-yard line. There's a man in motion as here is Nix. He's going to take off and run, and he gets about the 1-yard line, taking a little bit of a hit. Second and goal as the clock will continue to move. But a nice run, okay, to the 2-yard line. Here's Nix handing it off to Bucky Irving, and he gets about the line of scrimmage and nothing else. Third and goal for the Oregon Ducks, as now we'll see what kind of play they may run here. Third and goal, they are rushing around. 15 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Here's Nix. Looking in zone. That was, oh my goodness, what a catch for the touchdown. Terrence Ferguson, the tight end. I thought he was going to drop that ball. He caught it. Touchdown, Oregon. 9 seconds to go before halftime. Incredible throw, but an incredible catch. 7 plays, 75 yards, in a minute and a half for the Oregon Ducks. Incredible drive. As there's the extra point, up and good. So I thought there for a minute we were going to get a blowout, but now who knows? We may have us a game here. Oregon does start the football to begin the second half. 9 seconds to go. Going to be interesting to see. Washington will probably just come out and take a knee and go to halftime, up 20-10. But you got to be proud about the way your defense has played if you are Washington here to this point. Although you just gave up the touchdown going into the halftime, incredible drive. But incredible stuff from just an incredible, this game, like I said, I thought it was going to be a blowout. And so now, looking at it, this is making it feel like it could be a whole lot closer than what it was there for a moment. But, of course, Bo Nix started 1 of 5 for 8 yards. Now 11 of 14 with a touchdown. Incredible stuff. As here is the kick. And that is going to go back for a touchback. And it's going to be Washington football. And so, a big change in momentum, I would say, for that drive a second ago. Washington will most likely just come out and take a knee and go to the break. So, and I think, that's what they're going to do. They're going to take the knee, go to halftime, and Penix just takes that knee. 20-10 is your halftime score. And I got to tell you, Washington came out up 20-3, and Oregon, they did respond. They're going to get the second half kickoff, and we do go to the commercial break, and we'll be back. All right, everybody, welcome back. We are at halftime. Washington and Oregon, 20-10 for Washington. And let me tell you that from what I saw in this first half, Washington was the more physical team. Oregon, they looked like they were shell shocked, and the lights were a little big for this moment, which is kind of crazy to think about because Oregon has been here before. So just, looking back at, 2 years ago when they were playing against Utah in the same game. So, interesting to see that Washington up 20-10, and really, I think if you just sum it up, it's just the whole dynamic of who's been more aggressive. That's really what it's been. And so far, to be honest with you, when you look at defensive wise, I said this during last night's stream with Jack that it's going to come down to which defense shows up. And I think it's pretty clear that that's kind of came true for this prediction is that Washington's defense has played better than Oregon's defense, and it's showing us. You got a 20-10 halftime score. Also, to answer your trivia question from earlier about who played in the first Pac-12 championship game, Oregon beat UCLA 49-31. So that was your trivia question. And again, Oregon beat UCLA 49-31 in the first ever Pac-12 championship game. That was in 2011. So, quite a while back. Also, update on New Mexico State and Liberty. The only other game going on within college football here tonight that they were going to the fourth quarter last I knew, and it was a 35-35 game. So, that is what is going on right now with that game. So, of course, when I get some updates, I will give it to you on what is going on with that one. So, of course, Oregon 1 of 5 on third downs. They started 0 of 4. Bo Nix tonight's 12 of 19 for 117 yards and a touchdown. So, of course, we got a lot of fun football coming with tomorrow's games. Tomorrow's games are going to be fun. Of course, if you didn't already know, SEC Championship game will be broadcast right here on Saber Broadcast Network. So, of course, we'll give you commentary of what we believe is going on. And so, that'll be a lot of fun. Alabama and Georgia is that game. So, of course, we're going to go to another commercial break, and we'll be right back. Alright, everybody, welcome back. Had a little bit of a break, so don't know. One of my remotes here for my stuff just kind of not wanting to work. Hmm, interesting. Well, either way. So, of course, we are awaiting the Dr. Pepper tuition giveaway. That'll be coming up here in a few minutes. So, well, I just put that over there. Of course, still just awaiting, so be interesting to see how the rest of this game goes. 20-10 Washington with the lead. So, of course, Colton asked me earlier about my top 5 Christmas movies, and so I think actually what I can do real quick is I can actually. It's kind of nice to have two computers with me because then I can type things into one computer and just get an idea of what I think is my top Christmas movies. Don't know what is going on. Right, here we go. The tuition giveaway. And see, here's the thing, folks, that I don't understand about the tuition giveaway. One guy is from the University of Florida. One guy's from Stony Brook University. Why are they flying them all the way out to Vegas for the tuition giveaway? If, like, the one kid's from Florida, why? Why is he being flown all the way out to Vegas for this? I don't understand it. Right, so we are just awaiting them to get started. Alright, here we go. Yeah, this looks. I mean, a lot of people say, "Oh, we could do really good at this." Yeah, this is kind of a. Looks like it'd be kind of difficult to do it. 8-5 so far. 8-6. 9-7. It's a close one. That's for sure. This is always the fun part about conference championship week. Well, that went very quick. Wow. Well, that was interesting to watch that. So, let's just go ahead and go to commercial break, and we'll be right back. All right, everybody, welcome back to the second half as we had the kickoff. And now, of course, Oregon's got the football. So, going to be interesting to see what they do here in the second half. They definitely need something to go their way. So 20-10, Washington with the lead. And this is the chance for Bo Nix to bring his team back. So here we go. 20-10. Here is a handoff. And a nice run play for Oregon. Nice play. And right there, automatically you are seeing the power run game of Jordan James for the Oregon Ducks. Incredible play. Here's Bo Nix looking to pass. Down the field. He got a man, and that is way overshot. It looks like he was looking for Troy Franklin. Incomplete. And so now you got a 2nd and 10. So Oregon, of course, he had that one run, and then you were going for that deep ball, trying to go quick, and just wasn't there. Here we go. Here is Nix looking to throw. That'll be caught by Troy Franklin. And now you got a 3rd down, about 5 to go. So you got quite a ways to go. Well, not really quite a ways, but like you still got a little bit to go. So very interesting. 3rd and 5 for Oregon right here. So here we go. Bo Nix calling out some signals. He's got one running back, that's Jordan James. Here is Nix looking to throw. Lobbing it up. Incomplete. And that was Tez Johnson. He had a chance at it. And, of course, it's 4th down now. And really, so now, 4th and 5. Oregon looks like they are going for this. Five yards is what they've got to get here on this 4th down. Here's Nix looking, throwing. That one is caught. Wow. What a catch. Right where it needed to be. 1st down, Oregon. An incredible throw across the middle here. And the ball is deflected on that pass and incomplete. 2nd and 10 now. Just incredible for what we're seeing right at this moment. So, right now I'm also trying to get... There we go. Here we go. Nix takes the snap, hands it off to Jordan James, and he gets about a yard. So now you got a 3rd down, and going to be interesting. You got 9 yards you have to pick up here if you are Oregon. Going to be interesting to see how much you can pick up here. Also, to give you an update, Liberty is up 49-35, so that prediction may be wrong for me. I picked New Mexico State to win that game, so here we go. Nix takes the snap. Looking, gonna throw it. That'll be caught. Jordan James. And a good catch to make it a first down for the Oregon Ducks. Just a great drive here from Oregon. Just a nice pass by Nix. Here's the carry by Jordan James. And he will get about 8 yards right there. Be second down. Oregon, I like what I'm seeing from Oregon here right now. Really good play from them. 9 plays, 67 yards. 3-minute drive here. So they were down 20-3, and now they could make this 20-17 and get it even closer. Here's Nix. Gonna throw it, and that was at the feet of Tez Johnson. Never really gave him a chance. So, incomplete pass for Bo Nix. And now you got a 3rd and 2. Two yards is what Oregon's got to get here. So let's see if they can get it. Bo Nix. Going to take the snap. Going to throw it. That'll be caught. And that is Bucky Irving, first down and goal for the Ducks. And Oregon, this is one of those drives where it's just methodical and just move the chains. That's all they got to do here, and that's what they're doing. It feels like there's a shift in a way for this game because it started out Washington had all the momentum. Now it seems like Oregon's got a lot of momentum here in this game. So here is the pass to the end zone. Incomplete. Looking for Terrence Ferguson again. Going to be 2nd and goal for the Oregon Ducks as he tried to lob it in there. Of course, Oregon's going to look for a flag there, but nothing there. Cannot quit yawning. I don't know why. But here we go. This will be the 13th play of the drive. 2nd and goal for the Ducks. Here is Bo Nix handing it off to Bucky Irving. Irving, and he can't. 3rd and goal. So if that's one thing that Oregon is having trouble with, they're just not being able to score right now. 3rd and goal. We'll see what they draw up. Goodness gracious. But here we go. 3rd and goal. Oregon with the football down 20-10. Clock is moving. Nix. Looking. He's going to try to run himself, and that is not going to get anywhere close. 4th and goal. They are going to have to settle for a field goal here, or either they may keep the offense out there. It's just going to depend on what they're going to do. And they are leaving the offense out on the field? Here you go. This is a big moment in the game, folks, because if Oregon were to get this, then Oregon's got momentum. But then if Washington was to stop them here, then Washington, they got the momentum they got. Nix, end zone! Touchdown, Terrence Ferguson once again! And that is incredible. Twice they went for it on 4th down on that drive, and it paid off. 2 yards, Terrence Ferguson, touchdown, Oregon. And this is definitely not the prettiest game we've seen from the Oregon Ducks. But let me tell you, incredible to see it. They are coming back here in this game. And Bo Nix, I got to tell you, he is just playing an incredible game. 15 plays, 75 yards, 5:21 taken off the clock. As here's the extra point up and good for the Ducks. 20-17. 14 unanswered from these Ducks. And now we've got a ball game, folks. We'll be right back. Here we go. There's a kickoff, and that is there for a touchback. So here we go. Penix and the Washington offense is back out on the field. We will see what they can do. Of course, Oregon has scored a 14 unanswered, so Washington definitely needs to score something here. So 9:39 to go. Here we go. Penix has a couple men in motion. Guys running back to his left. Here's the snap. Hands it off. And that'll go for about a yard or two, and that is all. Not a lot going there for Oregon. For Washington's offense, Just not a lot. 20-17 is your score. 2nd and 8 for the Huskies. Penix takes a snap, hands it off to Johnson, and Johnson's got a first down and a lot more. Great run. And the way Washington has played on offense today is just, they want to win. Incredible running right there by Dylan Johnson. Great run. That's the 12th carry for Dylan Johnson tonight. 74 yards. He's got a touchdown for the Huskies. So here's the snap. Penix throwing it out to McMillan. And he will get a couple of yards right there. Nothing more. 2nd down for the Huskies. All right, 2nd and 6. Penix giving out the signals. Now they're looking back at the sideline, trying to get their play call. Here we go. Penix takes a snap. Looking. Throwing deep. And incomplete again. 3rd and 6. So for Washington, they have got to convert this 3rd down here. You definitely want that to convert it, because you don't convert this, then Oregon could go down and score again and just hold the momentum for the rest of this ball game. You definitely, if you're Washington, you want to score here. They have got to get this first down first, though. 3rd and 6. Penix takes a snap, and there's flags, and it's going on that offensive line. That offensive line jumped. And it is an offensive false start, not what Washington was wanting. It's now 3rd and 10. This is not a good sign on this drive, for this drive's sake, if you are Washington. So here we go. 3rd and 10 for the Huskies. Penix takes the snap. Looking, he's got pressure, now throwing. Intercepted! Kyrie Jackson with the interception. And Oregon's got the ball, and they've got all the momentum in the world they need. And this is not what, if you are Washington, this is not what you were wanting to see in the second half. And Penix just overshoots his receiver, intercepted. And it's Odunze he's looking for. And just a bad pass from Penix. And now Oregon has a chance to add on, and just incredible. Here we go. Bo Nix handing it off to Bucky Irving, and he's got a few yards right there and nothing more for Oregon. 2nd down. So, incredible stuff from Kyrie Jackson, but just a bad pass from Michael Penix. And Oregon, like that, they've got all the momentum that they needed. I mean, they're still down 3 points, but you're looking at what the difference of a halftime speech can do for a locker room, and a touchdown as well going into halftime. There's Bo Nix. Intercepted! He threw it back! He threw it back to Washington. Washington's got the ball. And like that, they're just trading trading gifts to each other. Incredible. But now I'm not sure what they may call, but they've gone to break, and so let's take a break with them. All right, everybody, welcome back. As we are still waiting, and I believe that's an interception, to be honest with you. So the Pac-12 history, 9 national champions in the AP poll era. The last one was the 2004 USC Trojans. Had 11 Heisman Trophy winners. Caleb Williams was last year, and then 313 consensus All-Americans, 153 players and coaches in the College Football Hall of Fame. So it is an interception, and now Penix has a chance to redeem himself right there. Caught a break, and so here we go. Penix going to throw it. That is going to be caught by McMillan as he gets out of bounds. And so both quarterbacks threw interceptions on their previous drives. So we're going to wait and see what Penix can do with this drive. Very interesting, though. Here we go from the 45. Penix got a couple men in the backfield with him as he hands it up to Dylan Johnson. He picks up a few yards. It's going to be third down. I would say about 2 yards to go to get the first down. So 3rd and 2. It's going to be interesting to see what Washington's going to do here with this 3rd and 2. Man in motion. And here is Penix throwing. That one nearly caught. A flag And it's Odunze that was looking for the catch, and I think they're going to call this penalty against Manning of this defensive Oregon. So it is a pass interference against Oregon. And now, folks, Washington could, they're in a good position to go score. So let's see what they do with this. But yeah, Manning definitely a pass interference there. There's a couple of men in motion for Washington. One man in the backfield with Penix. Penix takes the snap, hands it off to Dylan Johnson. Johnson will get a few yards right there. So they clearly are just going to the run game. They got the lead, trying to conservatively just kind of ease their way into this game. Not quite as high scoring as I thought it would be, but it is 20-17, so we'll see. But really not a lot on the ground here tonight. But 2nd and 5. Here's Penix handing it off to Johnson. Johnson trying to get there, but he gets a few yards short. So it's going to be 3rd and about 1 or 2 yards to go. So very, very close. 3rd and 2 for Washington. Gonna be interesting. I think you could see a run. I could see a run play here, but we'll see what they end up doing. 3rd and 2. Penix under center takes a snap, pitches. Oh, they were trying to do a trick play, and Johnson tripped himself up. 4th down, and Johnson stumbled to the ground, and that could be big. He tripped himself up. That hurts, and plus that is going to hurt the team. Who knows? But 4th and 2. 20-17, 4th down, and Penix is out there. The offense is out there. Here's Penix taking the snap, rolling to his left. Penix is taken down! And he is sacked, and now Oregon is going to have the football. Kind of confusing why Penix does not recognize the pressure and doesn't try to throw the ball. And he didn't see any receiver open. And now Bo Nix and that Oregon offense will go out there still down 3 points. They definitely got lucky there. Be right back. All right, everybody. So 20-17, Oregon's going to have the football. And really, this is just incredible because now the defenses are starting to take over here in this game. Early in the game, it was just all offense, and now it's going to be interesting. Can Washington hold Oregon? We will see. We will see. Well, national broadcast is back. Just waiting for them to go back to the actual action down on the field. But 20-17, Washington. As now we got an interesting game, guys. 20-17. It was 20-3 at one point. So if you're just tuning back in with us, welcome back. As here is a pass to Tez Johnson, and he will gain about 6 yards for Oregon. And so Bo Nix, nice little throw right there. And this offense here in the second half has really started to get going, as really the first half was not that good for Oregon. And they're just lucky Washington really didn't really put it on them. As here is Bo Nix taking off himself down the sidelines. He is running, and what a play for Bo Nix. Incredible run. And his legs, like the way he's able to run and pick up everything, it's incredible. It's just incredible to see. And so Bo Nix just runs down the sideline, and he avoids getting hit as well. So here we go, 20-17 Washington. From the about 11-yard line, it's 1st and 10 for the Ducks. Sends his man to motion. Nix, design run. He will gain a few yards, but there is a flag. As the lineman caught a fumble from Nix and ran it into the end zone, but now we got to see what the flag is. Yeah, Bo Nix is down before the ball comes. Oh. So they're actually calling it a touchdown for now. So they score a touchdown. Wow. Okay. So for now, they've given Oregon a touchdown. Okay, so they're taking. So confusing, but they're actually going to take the touchdown away. Huh. Okay. So I guess they're ruling him down. That was a confusing situation there. 1st and 5 for Oregon. But here we go. It's going to be Oregon football. 1st and 5 from the 6-yard line. Clock under 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Nix Guy's running back to his right. He hands it off. It's Jordan James. Runs it in himself. Touchdown, Oregon. And they now have their first lead of the game. And this is not good if you are Washington. And really, Oregon has outplayed Washington here in the second half. And now, if you're Oregon, incredible stuff. 3 plays, 62 yards, puts them in the end zone. Extra point is up and good for the Ducks. So now it's 24-20 Oregon. It's their first lead of the game. They trailed 20-3 in the second quarter, and they've scored 21 unanswered points to take the lead. Just incredible. But what a game this has been, though. The fact that this was 20-3 Washington, and now Oregon has made all this progress to get back into the game. This is incredible, folks. And this is really what championship football is that it's never truly over until it's over. And Oregon, man, now they've got the lead, and this is what they wanted. So now it's going to be interesting to see what Washington does here. They need something. So here we go. Let's see what Washington is going to do here on offense. Penix, he's got a running back to his right. Minute 51 to go in the third quarter. Penix looking to throw. Got some time. Steps away from the pressure. Now throwing it, and that is just thrown to the sideline to one of the Oregon coaches. This has just not been his day for Pitt. I mean, the second half really has just not been going Penix's way. And Oregon's defense has really started to show up here in the second half. This is more like what we thought we would probably see from that Oregon defense. And so, very interesting. So, here we go. Penix takes the snap. He's rolling to his left, looking to throw, now going to. That'll be caught. First down, and a little bit more. And just a great, that is Devin Culp for Washington. Great run after the catch to get the first down. 24-20. Minute 15 to go. Penix taking his time, getting the play call from the sideline. Clock is just moving. Got a running back to his right. Penix takes the snap. He's going to look. Now throwing. That'll be caught. That is Odunze. And are they going to give him a first down? Wow. Okay. So first down given to Odunze. Great run after the catch, as now clock is under a minute. Washington, as you can see, just not in any hurry. Just kind of taking their time. They're only down 4 points, so they just got to go down and score a touchdown. That's all they need. And they know that's all they need. So here we go. Clock is still moving. Here is Penix taking the snap. looking, throwing down the field. Got a man! It's McMillan! What a catch! And they needed that right then and where it is. And that is probably the final play of the third quarter. But let me tell you, that is what Penix needed to see, was to have a deep ball thrown right to McMillan. Great catch. End of the third quarter. As now, we got a ball game, everybody. 24-20 Oregon. We're going to go to commercial break, and we'll be right back. All right, here we go. Fourth quarter football. As there are there was two backs. Man, Odunze goes in motion for Penix. Here's Penix looking to throw. And he had it tipped up in the air. Oregon has it. But let's wait and see. And they gave it to Oregon. They call it a fumble. They called it a fumble, everybody. Oh my goodness. And Penix just, that is incredible. Wow. So Penix fumbles the football, and Oregon's got it. Oh my gosh. That is, I mean, that's a big turning point in this game. Oregon could go down and score another touchdown and add on to this lead. And I think this is just, this is incredible seeing this. Oh, wow. Okay, never mind. Incomplete forward pass is what they call on this. So, no no fumble. Wow. Incredible stuff. Oh, I never fixed the timeouts from earlier. So here we go. So they get away with one. Couple men in motion. Penix got a man behind him. He's going to hand it off. That's Johnson again. And he will get about 7 yards right there. Great run. It's going to be third down for Washington. And now it's going to be interesting for Washington. Do they, how, you know, after they get this, if they get their third down, then how are they going to score? Because they need a touchdown really bad here in this game to keep their playoff hopes alive. Everyone, here we go. Penix takes the snap. It's direct quarterback's draw. He will. Oh my goodness! He definitely took a hit, but incredible play by Penix. First down and goal for the Huskies. As now there's an injured Oregon Duck. Incredible running by Penix. He definitely took a shot, but incredible. But we do have an injury down the field. So, let's go to commercial and we'll be right back. All right. Here we go. And so, if Oregon is able to hold on and win this game, then we have one of the top four teams that will not make it because I don't think Washington has a chance if they lose this game. And neither does Oregon if they lose this game. So, here we go. First and goal for the Huskies. Here's Penix handing it off to Dylan Johnson. Barreling his way down to about the 2 or 3 yard line right there. Second and goal for the Huskies. And folks, here is one thing I will say about this game tonight. This is an incredible game that we are witnessing right now. And with the 12-team playoff, we're not going to get games like this. Because, let's be honest, this is a playoff game right here. But, here we go. Dylan Johnson with the direct snap. And he's trying. He gets about the 1 yard line, I would say. Nearly gets into the end zone. So here we go. It's going to be third and goal for the Huskies. And they're down 4. They need a touchdown. It's going to be interesting to see what they draw up here. So third and goal. Penix. He's got a couple men in motion. He's got Dylan Johnson to his left. Penix takes the snap, hands it off to Johnson. He's in! Touchdown, Washington! And they regain the lead. And Washington, that is what they needed. Incredible score by the Huskies. And a great run by Dylan Johnson. Finds the lane, runs right through it, touchdown. 10 plays, 75 yards, 4:28 taken off the clock. And the extra point is up and good for Washington. So 27-24 in Vegas for the Pac-12 title. We'll be right back. Here we go, 27-24 Washington, and gotta tell you, what a game we have been witnessing here tonight. And so, Washington back with the lead. Of course, it's not been a easy game. Penix 21-31, 256. Bo Nix 18-31, 170, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Of course, Penix had the 1 interception as well. So, just been a hard-fought for game by both of these teams. So, going to be very interesting to see what Oregon can do here, as there's the kickoff, as that one will go into the end zone for a touchback. So here we go. Gonna be interesting to see just how Oregon does here on this drive, because they definitely are looking to score a touchdown. I would say they would be trying to look to run some clock down, I would say, of sorts. So we'll just have to see. Here we go, man in motion for Oregon. Here's Bo Nix handing it off to Bucky Irving as he will gain a few yards right there. It'll be second down, about 3 or 4 to go from there. So Oregon is looking to score some more points. I mean, they've had the run game's not really been there. I thought that they would have more of a run game, but they really haven't had much of that at all. 2nd and 3 here, but gonna be interesting because they've only let Bucky Irving carry the ball about 8 times. As here's he catching it, and he gets the first down, I believe. He did catch that ball, so great. I mean, just a great play right there by Bucky Irving. He catches the ball and makes a play out of it. So incredible play for Bucky Irving. 27-24 Washington. Clock is running. Bo Nix giving out some signals. Just calm, cool, and collected is Bo Nix. Here's the snap. Handing it off to Bucky Irving, who's going to be brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Great defense right there by Washington. And Washington, I mean, this is what they need to do. They need to do this to be successful, and that is stopping the run, which they've done all night. Then you got to stop Bo Nix, which is another story. But here we go, 2nd and 11 for the Ducks. Here's Nix looking, throwing to Irving. Irving, he'll be dropped. So it's going to be about 3rd and 9 now. 3rd and 9, 3rd and 10, somewhere around there for the Ducks. And now, if you are Washington, it looks like you're starting to get a little bit of this momentum back that you had. So 3rd and 9 now for Oregon. Nix getting his signals from the sidelines. Clock's under 10 minutes to go in the game. Nix takes the snap. Looking to throw. No, he's going to run. He's tackled. He's taken down behind the line of scrimmage. And Washington's going to get off the field. Great defense from the Huskies. And now Oregon is forced to punt. That is a big moment in this game, folks, because now, if you're Washington, you can go down and possibly score and put this game out of reach, or at least make it very hard for these Oregon Ducks to come back in this game. Incredible. Here's the punt. It hit the ground, but he still got the punt away. And this one's going to bounce out of bounds. And now, Washington, with all the momentum now, we'll see what they can do. But Oregon had the lead briefly. Right back. Here we go. Here is Penix looking to throw, going to throw it. And that one is caught! Oh my goodness! I did not know if that would be caught, but it is. What a catch! That is Jalen Polk. I mean, just an incredible play by Polk. Wow. And Washington now just an incredible play. That's his 19th contested catch on the season. As here's a run for Dylan Johnson. He will get a few yards right there and nothing more. So Washington content to run some clock, up 27-24. Incredible game, though, from what we're seeing. 27-24 Washington. Penix calling out the play call, looking back at the sidelines, trying to get their play. So here we go. Penix takes the snap, takes the handoff to Johnson. He's going to take off himself. First down, Penix. And a great run right there. And incredible play from Penix. And Washington, here at the end of the game, I mean, third quarter was just not their quarter, but here now they are really starting to really show why they are the number 3 team in the country. Here we go. Penix takes the snap. Looking, throwing. Caught! It's Jalen Polk. Another great catch. The clock continues to move, and Washington, in this drive, you can just sense that they are starting to pull away in this game. And oh my goodness, it was so close to the defender knocking that away. Incredible ball placement right here. Polk with the great catch. And Washington, this is an incredible drive here. That's 5 receptions for 57 yards for Polk. Here is Penix throwing it out to McMillan. McMillan gets to the edge, and he gets a few yards and out of bounds. Second down. 6:06 to go in the game. And Oregon can start feeling that chance at a national championship starting to kind of slip away here at the end of the game, as we got 5:50 to go. 2nd and 5 for Washington. Penix got his running back behind him. That's Dylan Johnson. Here is Penix looking, throwing. That'll be caught by McMillan and out of bounds. Great catch by McMillan. 5:36 to go in the fourth. And just methodical. And they're just really not in too much of a hurry. And they're just getting the ball down the field as they know they got to do. Just incredible playing so far here for Washington. Here we go. Penix. Got a man in motion. He takes the snap. Hands it off to Dylan Johnson, who barrels his way down for about 9. It's going to be about 2nd and 1. And now Washington is really just chewing that clock away from Oregon. And I got to say, this game, I mean, if you just joined us here in the last few minutes, this game was not exactly close at halftime. I mean, it was 20-10, but it's a game that Oregon really was just poorly playing in. And then now, I mean, they came back, and there's the pass in the end zone that's incomplete. Looking for Odunze. 3rd and 1 for the Huskies, and now you got to have a first down to continue this drive. I don't think a field goal is any good if you're Washington, because then Oregon could go down, score a touchdown, and take the lead, and possibly win the game with how much time's left in this game. So, here we go. Washington 27, Oregon 24. A couple men in motion for the Huskies. Penix has got his running back to his right. It's Johnson, handed it off. First down for Johnson, and they just continue to chew that clock away. And I got to say, great play call right there. When in doubt, just go to Dylan Johnson and let him run it. I like it, honestly. I love it, honestly. I really love it. So here we go. 27-24, 1st and goal. Clock is running down. 3:40 to go here in this game. Dylan Johnson, 23 carries, 117 yards, 2 touchdowns in the game. Here we go. Direct snap to Johnson, handing it off. And Bernard We'll get to about the line of scrimmage, and that is all he would get. And so here's Penix, who is coming back out. Going to be interesting because now you got second and goal. Definitely wanting to score a touchdown here to win this game. 3 minutes to go, everybody. This drive has been over 6 minutes long. That is the type drive Washington wanted. But here we go. Under center is Michael Penix. Looking, having to just throw that one away. Nowhere to go with the ball. Now you got third and goal. I mean, you need this. You need the touchdown. They have got to score. If you are Washington, field goal does you no good. You need touchdown here if you are Washington. If you're Oregon, you just got to stop them. I mean, as long as you stop them here, then Bo Nix can get the football back, and y'all could go down and possibly win this game if you are Oregon. Here we go. Penix looking, throwing, caught, touchdown! It's a touchdown for Washington! 2 yards, Quentin Moore, and that could have just put Washington in the college football playoff. Incredible. I mean, just incredible here. And I love the play call here. He gets to Quentin Moore, touchdown, and Washington like that. 6.5 minutes taken off the clock as they possibly just put the dagger down. 34-24 is your score in Vegas. And Washington, hard-fought game. What a game we're watching, folks. Be right back. All right, everybody. Welcome back to the Pac-12 championship game. 34-24 Washington. And I just got to say, Washington has pretty much locked their spot in the playoff. Oregon has no chance. And really, folks, I mean, this was basically like a playoff game. The way this game was played, this this was a playoff game. Incredible game. There's the kickoff. And that is going to go back for a touchback. 34-24, 2:44 to go in the game. And Bo Nix, tall task here. And just an incredible drive by Michael Penix to get that touchdown a while ago. Quentin Moore, the tight end with the touchdown, and just an incredible game all around for Washington other than that third quarter. And so you kind of take that third quarter away, then really, I mean, this wasn't a really good performance for the Huskies. So here we go. Bo Nix takes the snap. He's looking. He's going to take off himself and run, and he'll slide, but a first down for the Ducks. Clock is running, so they've got to hurry. They got to have two scores. Nix takes the snap, looking, throwing. That is caught! I thought that was nearly intercepted. He is running down the sidelines. And did he get in? They spot him out of bounds at about the 4-yard line. Incredible play. Oh my gosh. Okay. He's in bounds. Oregon. And now, if I'm Dan Lanning, I'm challenging this. Okay, so they're going to review this play. But he's definitely in. Incredible. And like that, Oregon is about to come and get this within 3. What a play from Bo Nix. It's his receiver that does the rest. Incredible toe tap, and Oregon. Incredible. And that is Trayshawn Holden from Alabama. And this looks like it's going to be a touchdown. And we're going to have a 34-30 ball game. It's a touchdown. Oregon has scored a touchdown. It's 34-30. And now, what a game we have. And so, incredible stuff. As now, the big thing is they've got to get a onside kick here in a minute. So they are moving the clock back to 2:14. So Well, 2:14 to go. And, on the national broadcast, they're talking about it, and really, the Pac-12's done a good job with officiating this year. 34-31 is your score, and now an onside kick will be coming. But, you know, I don't know. This is just me, but the SEC's probably been the worst out of all the Power 5 conferences as far as officiating. So, I mean, hey, Pac-12 referees, if y'all want to go to the SEC, by all means, go. Because SEC could use y'all. But either way, 34-31. Now Oregon's got to worry about getting an onside kick here. 4 of the last 5 matchups between Oregon and Washington have been decided by 4 points or fewer. Each of the last 2 decided by 3 points. So 34-31 Washington. As we have the biggest onside kick of the season. Oregon will go for the onside. And so they've got to get it to about the 45. Washington looks prepared for it. We'll see. And it went out of bounds, but I believe it's going to be Washington football. And now Washington's got 2:14 just to kill the clock and go to the college football playoff undefeated, and an incredible win here. Wow. They're showing the play from the game earlier this season. Incredible. Here we go. Penix handing it off to Dylan Johnson. And he'll get a few yards right there. Just trying to kill the clock. That's all they're trying to do. I believe, okay, Oregon has taken its first time out of the second half. You knew they were going to do it. They'll take their next 2 timeouts on these next 2 plays as well, trying to just preserve as much time as possible. But an incredible game, folks. Like, we couldn't have asked for a better game for what has been just a barn burner. 34-31 Washington. And now Washington's going to go to the college football playoff. And, it's going to be incredible to see Washington. They've played good tonight. And also Oregon, I'd give them credit too. They've played really good as well. So 34-31. Washington with the lead. 2nd and 7. Here's Penix handing it off to Dylan Johnson. He'll get a few yards. And I believe Oregon's taking another timeout here. They have. So, trying to, of course, 3rd and 4. Going to be interesting right here. Do you possibly, if you are Washington, do you possibly do like a play action pass trying to pick up the first down and just end the game? Going to be interesting. Or do you just stick with the run game here? It's going to be interesting because you're just looking to get that first down and end this. In Oregon, if you're an Oregon fan, this is a hard way to lose. But Washington, in the end, was the better team tonight. But you got to give Oregon credit, though. They have played they came back from being down 20-3 to make this a game. Incredible. So here we go. Penix takes the snap. He's going to throw it. And it's caught for the first down. It's McMillan. First down, Washington. And that pretty much ends it. And Oregon's had a great season, and they're going to go to a bowl game, and they're definitely in a New Year's Six bowl. For sure, they're going to be in a New Year's Six bowl. Oregon played well tonight, but it's Washington who is going to end up being the victors. 34-31 Washington. Here is a run by Dylan Johnson, and a flag is coming in. And a holding on Washington. So, of course, the clock is stopped for now. Going to be interesting to see how much. They should be able to run the rest of this clock out, and we should be over in just a few minutes. 1st and 20 now for the Huskies, as here's another run for Dylan Johnson, and he will get a few yards right there. Second and 17, as Oregon will burn their final timeout of the game. And so now, going to be interesting because all Washington has to do now is just run the ball a couple times and they can be Pac-12 champions. But an incredible game, though. Just an incredible game, a fun one to watch. And so Dylan Johnson looks a little shaken up. But Washington, it's going to be interesting. They're going to go to the college football playoff, and they're going to be. They look like a tough team to beat right now. Oregon gave them a really great game here tonight. 34-31. And so, very fun game here. So here we go. 2nd and 17, a minute 48 to go. And Penix takes the snap. Little pitch to Johnson. Johnson gets a little bit of an edge. And that'll be 3rd down. I would say about 9 yards to go to get a 1st down. And we will see if Washington can possibly pick up that 1st down. And in this game, 27 carries, 134 yards for Dylan Johnson. 2 touchdowns in this game. So he has been a big factor in this game. Clock is just going to run. Just what Washington wants. And so Washington will take its first time out of the game. Well, it's first time out of the second half, I shall say. 3rd and 9. Washington 7 of last 8 wins by single digits. 7 wins this season. That is the most in the FBS. So 3rd and 9 with 1 minute 1 second to go here in this game. Washington playing a pretty good game here tonight. And Oregon, they gave Washington a good game. That is for sure. So, here we go. Going to be interesting to see. Do they run the ball or do they pass it and just get the first down? Here's Penix. Going to pitch it to Dylan Johnson. Going to get the edge. He's got the first down and more. And that is the exclamation point Washington was looking for. As that is pretty much going to end this Pac-12 championship game. Washington will go to the college football playoff. Oregon will be into your 6th bowl game. Incredible stuff from these Washington Huskies. Kalen DeBoer, great job of coaching this season. And got to tell you, we got one team locked into the college football playoff. And Michael Penix will take a knee. That is it. What a game, everybody. What a game. And what a team Washington is. And you got to give credit to Oregon. They played a hard game, and what a game, folks. Well, that is it for us here at Saber Broadcast Network for the night. We will be back tomorrow afternoon for the SEC championship game. So, for more, come back tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow as well, as like I said. So,